Hi guys, I'm back. Took a little break, still sipping on my coffee. But there was a couple of things I was kind of wanting to talk about the sign of Taurus because I came across this. I don't know if it was like I know it was on Instagram. I don't know. It was like a meme or a post about you know, um, Tauruses are stuck between being really patient and having a bad temper. And I really wanted to do some thinking about that. And what came through is that basically it's not the case that Tauruses have such terrible tempers. What we tend to do is because we don't like conflict, we tend to try and be really easygoing, but we go along with things for way too long. So basically, what one of our challenges, our natural challenge, I'm a Taurus sun, and now I don't typically resonate with a lot of Taurian traits. I usually more resonate with my rising sign, but there are some that I do resonate with. And I have noticed, like, I wouldn't characterize myself as being bad tempered. I don't frequently have fights with people. I don't I don't like to conflict with people at all. But what I end up doing is I let too many things slide. I don't stop things before it gets to that point. So like we have this really long fuse, right? Because we're just trying to like keep things copacetic, basically. We just want to get along and like have some snacks and cuddle and like have some good laughs. I don't know, like we're really just quite chill. In fact, sometimes we're a little too chill. Um, And so what happens is like because we let too many things slide, when we finally say like that's enough, we've let too much anger build up instead of, you know, maybe having the fuse be a little shorter, but the powder keg also would be smaller because we wouldn't have let so much resentment or anger or whatever build up because we're just like oh I'm not gonna bring that up, like even though that was really weird and offensive of you to do, or like that was really mean and it hurt my feelings, or whatever the case may be. um or just like, hey, you are stressing me out, whatever the case may be. We let too many things slide and then we explode, basically. Now, I mean, I personally explode? No. But I don't like the fact that when I get my temper spent, I'm like, I will either like yell or somebody's just like done out of my. I'll like. I don't like the fact that I yell at my kid when I've allowed her to push me to the point where I like didn't stop things before I was angry. Um, you know, I didn't stop things while I still had a little bit of wherewithal to deal with a conflict because I don't want the conflict in the first place. So I just keep trying to let things slide. And then we get into a much bigger conflict than it would have been if I had just put the brakes on it in the first place. Um, so I think rather than thinking of yourself, if you're a Taurus, as bad tempered, think of yourself as somebody who needs to learn how to assert and hold a boundary a little bit sooner than you are used to. And, you know, I know we love to have that reputation of like being the chill friend, to like the point where it's like, do you even have a pulse? Like, is there anything going on in there? Like, I know we like to have that reputation, or we're very well known for having that reputation, but also consider that if you set your boundary, if you set the limit way before you get mad, you might not have the reputation of being like the friend that's so chill that somebody has to like check and see if you're breathing still. But you might also not have the reputation of like, ugh, I don't like to make so and so mad, because like I don't like to get into it with Carly because she's just such a jerk when she's mad. Yeah, probably because I just like didn't say anything 50 times ago when I should have said something 50 times ago. And like then you would have known. I mean, I'm sure our friends and family are for the most part great people, for the most part. And no, like they don't want to be violating our boundaries or hurting our feelings, or casually disrespecting us without even realizing that they're doing it. You know, we could say something way sooner, and it's okay. It's safe to do that, and it's fine to just work, and it's also fine to know, like, so if you're a Taurus this is resonating with you, or if you have strong Taurus in your chart and this is resonating with you, a word of like an advisory note on this, like you're going to find it really daunting when you first begin to set and hold a boundary, because as someone who's not accustomed to doing that, it's gonna feel kind of scary, and that's gonna take some practice and some really, adopt some really kind and soothing self-talk and encouraging self-talk, and affirm to yourself that you are worthy of having the boundaries that you expect, and you are worthy of being treated with love and respect, and it's okay to have preferences, and those are yours, and they're fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. And maintain the boundary in a respectful way to other people. Don't go off, and let's try and stay away from that like explosive scenario where we do get that reputation, because I truly believe that a lot of it is because we just let too much stuff slide. And so again, going back to practicing and like building up your confidence and your self-assurance to know that like it's okay to say wasn't okay with that, before you get into that situation 30 times with the same person, and you weren't okay with it 30 times, and then finally you're like, what the, like, so hang on. Just talk to yourself about it and say, like, it's fine. It's fine for other people to have boundaries too. What's not okay is disrespect. So we need to respect each other's boundaries. And, I'm sure you remind yourself that the people in your life love you, and, or your colleagues, remind yourself that for the most part, everybody is just really out there trying to live and have a pretty chill time, and expect that people will be amenable to it. Don't come into the situation with like a defensive feeling of like, well, if I do this, it's going to create a conflict, and then I'm not going to get what I want anyways, and then I'll also be in a fight, you know. Don't have that expectation. Just understand to yourself that like boundaries and expectations of ways to be treated are totally normal. That's totally normal. Like, would you respect it for anybody else? Okay, then understand that you're worthy of that same response, like, and that the people in your life are probably more than likely inclined to have that response towards you. So just some thoughts about, I don't think Tauruses are necessarily bad-tempered. I do think we just kind of let too many things slide until we explode. All right, I'm sending you guys love. Have a really great day. I might hop on later because like there's just so much coming through the last few days, and I want to get it all out. I hear my dog chewing on something, and it's making me really nervous because it doesn't sound like a dog toy. It sounds like she got something. All right, so I'm going to go take care of that, and wish me luck. Sending you guys love. Bye.